News24 has an opinion piece by Peter du Toit, where Peter du Toit argues that, in fact, let me read you the headline of this opinion piece. It's quite unbelievable. The opinion piece by Peter du Toit and News24 says, the headline is, "The Crucifixion of Andrea Johnson." What is News24 doing? This is a third opinion piece that's taking a defense of Andrea Johnson. Any rational person who has looked at Andrea Johnson's testimony, come on, can tell what's going on here. How is it that News24 doesn't see that? And what game are they playing at? I mean, in this opinion piece, Peter du Toit says the commissioners were approaching or seemed to be approaching Andrea Johnson as if Andrea Johnson was Madlanga. Are you kidding me? How could you say that? And I tweeted and responded to this article that I think this is an unfair statement to make about the commissioners because they have consistently conducted themselves with the highest level of professionalism. And all they did was inquire. Isn't that what this commission exists for? How could it be that News24 is blinded to the injustice of Mkhwanazi, a woman who was charged for corruption and fraud with no basis whatsoever? A woman who was called a token appointment when the investigators of IDAC themselves have not even looked at her qualifications. They got it so wrong. Are you telling me that News24 is not seeing that? And if they are seeing it, then the question is, why would they go the extra mile then to try and defend the indefensible? And maybe that's the scariest thing here. If the alleged criminals could have the support of the office of the police minister, if the alleged criminals can have the support of the office of IDAC, then let's close this country. And then what does IDAC do? They start targeting him with frivolous charges. What does the police minister do? The police minister starts the process to disband the PKTT. This comes from the genesis of Katiso Molefe and Madlanga being arrested, or the PKTT moving on them. And my suggestion to you this morning is, and maybe this is a long stretch, but we're dealing here with a situation where IDAC may have played a role in trying to prevent the prosecution of these alleged criminals. In a way, when the PKTT is moving on Katiso Molefe and it's moving on Madlanga, and then simultaneously Andrea Johnson is trying to push to get the docket so that they can arrest Dumisani Khumalo. It's not a coincidence that on the 6th of December, when the PKTT is acting on Ket and Katiso, the police minister, during that month, starts the process to disband the PKTT. And if indeed this is what the police minister's office and IDAC were trying to do to protect these criminals, then these criminals are much powerful than you and I think.
Why is News24 so hell-bent on defending the discredited advocate Andrea Johnson and attack Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi? The media double standard, Andrea Johnson's resignation and the Mkhwanazi debate. The truth has a way of cutting through even the loudest headlines. For months, South Africans have watched fierce public debate surrounding KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner and Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. Some media outlets published highly critical coverage of his conduct and allegations. Now, following testimony before the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, Advocate Andrea Johnson has resigned as the head of investigating Directorate against corruption, IDAC, with President Cyril Ramaphosa accepting her resignation. The developments have sparked an important question. Has the media applied the same level of scrutiny to everyone involved? Welcome back to the Hard Truth SA. If you want independent, fact-based commentary on South African current affairs, subscribe to the channel. My name is Let us examine what happened. What emerged at the commission? During her appearance before the Madlanga Commission, Advocate Andrea Johnson faced detailed questioning about several IDAC investigations, including matters involving crime intelligence officials. Throughout the proceedings, aspects of IDAC's investigative processes were challenged, and Johnson made concessions regarding certain issues, certain issues raised during questioning. She also indicated that some decisions had been based on information provided by members of her team. The commission also had questions relating to allegations involving the handling of a complaint docket. On those issues, Johnson exercised her constitutional right where appropriate. At this stage, the commission's work remains ongoing, and its final findings will ultimately determine what conclusions should be drawn. The resignation. Shortly after these developments, Advocate Andrea Johnson submitted her resignation as the head of IDAC, and President Cyril Ramaphosa accepted it. According to public statement, Johnson said she wanted to avoid a lengthy and costly inquiry into her fitness to hold office. Regardless of where people stand politically, the resignation of the country's anti-corruption chief is a significant event. It raises legitimate questions about leadership accountability and public confidence in institutions responsible for fighting corruption. South Africans deserve clear answers whenever confidence in these institutions is placed under strain. The media debate. This is where the debate becomes bigger than one individual. Many supporters of General Mkhwanazi correctly argue that some sections of the media devoted extensive attention to allegations against him, while giving comparatively less critical coverage to questions surrounding Advocate Johnson and IDAC. Others disagree and argue that journalists simply reported the information available at the time. Whichever view you hold, the broader principle matters. Journalism plays a crucial role in holding public officials accountable. But public trust depends on applying the same standards consistently, regardless of whether the subject is a police general or a senior prosecutor or a politician. Equal scrutiny strengthens democracy. Unequal scrutiny weakens public confidence. South Africa needs strong institutions built on professionalism, fairness, and accountability. Police leaders must be accountable. Prosecutors must be accountable. Politicians must be accountable. And yes, news organizations should also be open to scrutiny when the public questions whether coverage has been balanced and fair. The Madlanga Commission reminds us that institutions earn credibility through transparency, not through assumptions or media narratives. The final findings of the commissions will be important, but the questions being asked today are already shaping an important national conversation. What do you think? Did the media apply the same standard to everyone involved? Has General Mkhwanazi been treated fairly? Or do you believe the reporting has been balanced throughout? Share your views in the comments below, but keep the discussion respectful and focused on the facts. If you enjoy independent South African analysis, please like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to Hard Truth SA. Until next time, stay informed, question every narrative, and always follow the evidence. Peace. My name is Mkhwanazi.